Hi everyone, it's Koget, and I would like to bring a little bit of a try to casting of some of the pro player games. So for this first game, we have two extremely famous players from Korea. In purple, starting on bottom right of Minstrel, we have no one else but Rain, who just today played against Rush in a Soup StarCraft League. I will not spoil the result. And in the upper left corner, in white, we have one of my latest favorite Terrans. This is Speed, or I believe previously Sexy. So this is a TVP, a matchup very close to my heart. The map is yet again Minstrel, a one-on-one map. And I would like to see what this two do here. I wonder if Rain will show something similar as to what he has shown during today's matches in the SOP League. It's worth mentioning, this game has been played 4 days ago. That will be around 10th of October. We have 14th of October today. So let's see if he actually used some of that as his practice. So, very interestingly, Rain opting for a 9 gate, which is absolutely standard. Nothing unusual here. Although it was a little bit, I think it was a 9 gate because of mineral boosting, I would say 10 gate would be usual, but seems he is just so rich because of optimizing these minerals. And 11 gas, so nothing out of the ordinary here. And oh, it does seem actually that we have 12 gas from Speed as well. So, interestingly going for 13 Scout. This is a one-on-one map, so one could call it a fast Scout. I guess he wants to see if there's any kind of proxy around, make sure that the gateway is at home, ruling out most of weird openings, as well as checking if Nexus first is something that Protoss is maybe going for. Rain, on the other hand, not really doing anything out of ordinary, just macroing, skipping the scout, making the Zealot though, so we will have a nice Zealot gun opening. That can put quite a bit of pressure on Terran if Terran is unprepared, but this has to be arriving in Protoss main very early, making sure that the Zealot is spotted, and a quick gun follow-up from Rain. Yeah, so far so good, very standard, no unusual builds. I didn't really check the factory timing, but I assume it's been really early, probably around 2:27 or something like this. Third Marine being made, and also an SCV is being pulled to the ramp to make sure that no annoying micro versus Zealot happens. A little bit preemptive, but I would say okay. And the follow-up from Rain seems it's gonna be a Nexus. He just cancelled either +1 air or range, kind of faking this Nexus, and this of course gets planted as fast as possible. The Zealot is pushed back, not willing to even take an engagement, most likely seeing the SCV. We'll wait for a gun to arrive before putting any pressure. Quick bunker. It will be on time, although Speed will have to micro a little bit. That SCV also gets a full scout, now sees range, sees the timing on the Nexus most importantly, he knows exactly what it's up against. 4 Marines targeting this gun, making sure not to lose many of them, only one dies, and Zealot is actually gonna run to see if this is 1 fact, 2 fact, what is Speed doing, and to look at this scout, isn't that crazy? This is actually a 2 fact build, fully scouted by Rain. Let's see how he's gonna adjust to this. First, let's see if the Zealot gets cleaned easily. It doesn't seem it's gonna make any damage. Maybe 1 or 2 hits on that Marine. Although Speed, reputable for his insane APM of 500, easily manages to micro his Marines without losing an additional HP. So what's the follow-up? We have a second add-on, another tank, so probably will be 2 tanks. Rain, on the other hand, instantly adding 2 gateways, making sure that he's prepared for any aggression coming out of Speed. A 3 gateway seems like the only choice he has. I don't think he can get away versus such a too fast 2-fact. We have Shield Battery, also very preemptive. He is anticipating that Speed will just pull the trigger. Knowing this was delayed range and a quick nexus, he wants to make sure that no instant marine tank hits him. But we know that Speed is not doing this. He's going for a free tank timing with a follow-up from Mass Vulture. So this is a slightly delayed 2-fact play. Again, very reputable build. You gather your army first, around 6 marines, 5 marines in this case. He lost one when trading early, 3 tanks and rally point full of Vulture. Both players, well actually not both players, but Sexy already skipping his SCVs. Rain getting ready to hold it, but it will be a tough hold. He has not made that many goons. The goons are only popping now, although he already has 6 and a battery. This will be a very interesting skirmish. Vultures are already going from behind, making sure planet minus, and the engagement is happening. The first marine goes down, Speed instantly retreats, but this was a trick. He gets 1 vulture in, plants first mines, and we'll get into the probe line. How many probes will he kill is a question. With 1 probe kill, 2 probe kill, but bear in mind this is still 1 expo versus 2 expo, so few probes doesn't really matter at all. We have already an 8 probes advantage. Although there is at least some damage, plus these mines will be very annoying for Protoss to deal with. And now we have 3 tank, 3 vulture push. Oh, Rain has to be a little bit careful. Any mine connection here could end the game. He can use these mines to zone the goons while reinforcing the position in here in the front. But siege mode is done now. So, oh my god, this is actually getting quite tense. It's interesting to see that Rain, knowing that this is coming, has not really been able to punish it in any other way. Maybe a pylon to block and going to engage. But now vultures a little bit exposed. Tanks in a very good position. Killing these pylons. This will actually supply block Rain. Very annoying to deal with. We have the first zealots. They need to demine the field before his goons get in. 4th gateway. No sign of tech. So Rain decides to deal with this purely with gateway units, and obviously his economy is much greater, but his supply book now, so he needs to make a choice. The tanks on siege, and instantly Rain jumps on this. He has got a big group of guns on top of this. At Speed, look at this game sense, instantly repositions the tanks, making sure that the initial mines kill the zealots and that the tanks are safe. These 3 tanks is all he has. If he loses these tanks, this push is over. Look at the patience from both players. I mean, there's so many guns, but fun enough, because he doesn't know where the mines are. These tanks are a little bit uncontested. Moving forward, getting 1 or 2 free shits on the guns. Very tense game here, but neither of the players has got an easy job here, really. I mean, he can't really move these tanks too far, but look at this. Now Rain moving with all the guns. Oh, the vultures are gonna run in, but the dragons just spawned. 2 tanks are dead, but 2 vultures somehow managed to slip into the base. The tank is still alive. No, it's gonna die. These vultures are dead. The vultures in the main also die, but somehow, miraculously, Rain was cutting the probes while Sexy was, also Speed was building the SCVs, and we actually have an SCV advantage of 4. So despite this push being finished, the SCV managed to complete this command center. And with the late tech from Rain, he's actually locked in his base. He will not be able to move out. There are plenty of mines, and this seems to be transitioning in a pretty normal game. So follow-up is very fast armory. I'm impressed. Speed was able to add this, still being on 1 base. Also is getting the academy, making sure to check what Protoss is doing. I mean, similarly to Rain, he's blind on the mines. He can't move out, but Speed also doesn't know what Rain is going for. Oh, good mine connection, and this mine is gonna connect as well. No, the goons survive. No more mines here, but Rain doesn't know. He's gonna try to micro. Oh, he sees nothing is here, so likely a third expansion instantly to follow up here. Second gas being added relatively fast, although he's already on 2 factories and upgrades, so it makes perfect sense. And a 4 factory follow-up. So seems that Speed is looking to continue being aggressive. it will probably pay off, as we know our Rain is actually adding his third base, and he only now finishes the Observer. So before he cleans these mines, Speed might be able to get into another good position, likely somewhere around here, to maybe plant some mines and siege that Nexus. It's an interesting choice. Now Speed knows that mines are being cleaned in front of the base. That of course confirm the Observer, which is usually a good message for Terran. He knows it's not Fast River, he knows it's maybe DT drop, none of these options. It is just Observer. And he doesn't know, I don't know actually, does he know it as base? I didn't scan, but now he's moving here. I think he scanned this, he knows the goons are here. And look at this, first goon dies instantly, and from a Protoss perspective, this is such an ambush. He doesn't know how much army is here, the mines are already planted. It's very hard to measure how much army he has. Is he gonna cancel this? Is that gonna be a cancel, or is he gonna try to hold it? He leaves the Nexus, he will try to hold it, the goons are coming back. They cleared some mines after the bridge, but this is already 6 factories. This is actually quite incredible how Speed was able to pull out a 6-fact out of a 2-fact with such a late CV build. And this is Zealots bombing those tanks with a shuttle, so it will be a clean at the end of the day, although not without losses for the process. Now, the very good job by Vultures, planting mines, getting additional kills on these goons, and as well on some of those probes. Wow, what a chaotic game. This is actually hard to play for Protoss. He needs to make sure to be everywhere. There are mines. He needs to move slowly, methodically, clean those. But we know that Rain is famous for his very strong macro. He's actually up in supply, which is pretty usual for this moment of the game, I would say. But it's good to see that after all these chaotic exchanges, he's still able to hold it. And now 4 Vultures are getting into the main. He just moved the goons and these mines. They do damage goons a lot, but the bigger problem is that now we have 4 Vulture in your base, and this explosion kills some probes. The Vultures die, but there was, I think, another one in the top base, which I have missed. Another Vulture was here, so really hard for Rain to keep his composure here. And Speed, I mean, he's just doing this. He's sending Vultures, he's sending tanks, he's constantly trying to attack Protoss. But look at this, there are so many goons, 9 goons versus 4 tanks and a bunch of Vultures. Perfect siege timing, but Rain is not gonna leave it like this. Speed realizes the danger, and of course he does what he does best. The tanks go back home, but the Vultures, they are the main threat here. So you could say the tanks were a bait, the Vultures were the main dish here. We have some small counterattack from the goons. These Vultures will be cleaned up, but again, many probes dies. And the siege tanks now siege with support from Vultures. It seems like he will be able to kill all these goons, so this was actually an overextension. And out of this, Speed comes out advantageous, and GG. What a game. I mean, this was just festival of aggression from Speed. Starting with the 2-fact, getting scouted by the Zealot, still follows up with 3 tank push, with multiple Vultures. I must really compliment him for this smooth 3 tank micro, never overextending, making sure to zone the goons, making sure to move them back as soon as he felt Zealots are around it, and ultimately taking an engagement where Protoss goes in and the Vultures started harassing, and then never stepped down from the pedal, always kept on pushing with those 4 tanks, multiple Vultures from our sides. Well, that's a good game, pretty quick, but super intense from both players. Good game.